I just want to say welcome to the very first episode of Artistry Hour. I've been dreaming about creating a space like this for so long. This is going to be a weekly podcast style show where I'm interviewing and talking to so many amazing fellow artists, getting down to the nitty gritty of who these artists are behind social media, behind the makeup work and the clients that they got to work with, and how they got to the point of where they are. With this podcast style show, I really want to connect with other artists. I want to make friends, and I want to do it all in front of you guys because what's the fun in doing it alone? For my first special guest today, we had to start off with a powerhouse currently in the beauty industry. She works fashion shows, she works with celebrities, she's a drag queen. We have Sterling Tull, NYC. She is so amazing. Later on, we'll get into some big names that you will definitely recognize that she's worked with, but I just really want to chat with her, talk her favorite makeup products, some tips she has for us, and just the history of this artist and how she became who she is. Let's talk to Sterling Tull.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me today, Sterling.
Of
Literally, I was so
course.
excited to talk to you. Like, when you were interested in this, I honestly died. I
Of
just wanted,
course.
like,
I mean, I've been a big fan of yours for a very long time. We've been mutuals on social media for like 4 years.
no, seriously, like Facebook randomly.
Facebook,
Yeah,
deep
and then I feel
cut.
like I just like a year and a half ago, I think followed you finally like on Instagram.
That's psychotic. I love that.
I know. So we have Sterling with us today, who is a makeup artist based in New York City. Some of the names that you guys will probably recognize that she has worked on: Julia Fox,
Yes.
Chapel Roan,
Yes.
Jojo Siwa.
Not Jojo Siwa.
No?
No, no, no. I was supposed to work for Jojo Siwa. I was
Okay.
going to assist Donnie Davy for Jojo.
Oh, well,
Yes.
love that, but sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Literally 2 seconds into the call. We have Honey Balenciaga,
Yes, that's my sister.
love, iconic. Anna Delvey,
Yes, Anna Delvey, fabulous woman. Love
that's
that
so cool.
diva.
Okay, so we have Chrissy. I do not know how to say her last name, but I love her music.
It's Chrissy Chlapeka. It's like a
Shlapeka, okay.
Chlapeka. And that's another person I just DM'd. I DM'd her and I was like, "You're fierce. Can I body paint you?" And she was like, "Sure."
Yeah. I seen like the full glitter pink look that you did on her.
Yes,
I love that.
that was a crazy day because so like we started around noon for that and we did a photo shoot with it, and she had to stay in that until like her 8 p.m. show. So I had to figure out a way to make this glitter paint and like the full opacity pink glitter to stay on for a long period of time. And it did. It stayed on through her performance. She got on the ground. She was lifted. She was dancing full out, and it did not come off.
Oh my gosh. What did you use?
Prozaid
Oh,
on the whole body.
oh my god, that would have I literally would have been strip balled after
Yes,
that on
yes.
like Posade is intense for
It is
anyone that
intense.
doesn't.
It's a medical grade prosthetic adhesive. And the reason why I thought of Prozac, because usually like what Pat McGrath uses and what other people use is like moisturizer, shea butter, Vaseline, but it comes off really easily when you use those things, and
Yeah.
it's like a nightmare to deal with because we've done
It's
that.
like it's like not for longevity at all.
Yeah, not it's like for a photo shoot, not for longevity. And I learned from a drag queen in Colombia that I can't remember the name off of the top of my head right now, but she does these crazy full body glitter looks all the time. And I was like, how?
You need to send me after
I,
this
I,
call.
I will, I will. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but yeah, she does these crazy looks. And I was like, how do you do that? And she
Yeah.
was like, Frozen. I was like, oh, that's psycho, but let's try it.
What pink body paint and glitter did you use?
I used a base of Mayron water paint, so like their Paradise paints, and
Love.
then I put the Prozade on top of that, and then I just used like craft glitter from
Yeah.
Amazon.
Because literally cosmetic glitter would have filled like this area probably.
No, exactly. Like I could not afford that, and I got like those big bags of like it's basically mica glitter, um,
Hmm.
for like $10, and I like made this giant like custom mix glitter.
It looked amazing.
Thank
Seriously.
you.
That's so awesome.
Thank you. After that, she was like, "We're never doing this again." I was like, "Not unless for a music video."
Literally. I used to do like a lot of like glitter beard looks.
Yeah.
And I started out literally using Duo lash glue in my beard. I
Yeah.
hope you know, like after I would literally be so uncomfortable, like scrubbing my beard for 3 days.
Yeah.
Um, Eventually, I found out that if I sprayed a little hairspray and then just tapped the glitter,
Uh-huh.
um, that
A
worked
little got
amazing.
to be.
Oh, love
A
got
little
to be.
got to be gel.
Literally, people like glue down their wigs with that got to be hairspray.
I mean,
Do
that's
you?
what I do. I do
Yeah,
Prozac, and I'll do like it up here. I'll do like the hairspray on the hairline, and then I'll glue down the sides with Prozac.
yeah. You gotta stay intact. Literally, I bet you have
Yeah.
long nights like
Long
in
nights,
performing.
sweating,
Literally,
summers.
yeah. So I know you're based in New York City now. Is that where you were born and raised, or?
No, okay. So I'm kind of all over the place. I was born in Michigan. I was
Okay,
on the West Coast.
Midwestern. Me too. Oh, well,
Midwest.
I'm from Indiana, so right by you.
Indiana. Okay, so you're in the state that everyone confuses the other state that I'm from with.
What is it?
'Cause I'm also from Idaho. So,
Uh,
okay. I lived in Michigan for a year, and then I moved to Virginia. I was in Virginia for like 8 years, and then I lived in Idaho up until I was 18. But
oh.
people are always like, "You're from like Indiana, right? Or Iowa?" I'm like, same thing, babe.
How was it in Idaho growing up as like a creative person?
Oh, it was psychotic. I mean, I grew up Mormon, so like I'm like the craziest mixture of religions. So I'm Mormon and Jewish, but Jewish because it's passed down through blood. My mom would always claim us as Jewish, but I didn't grow up with the Jewish religion. Um, I grew up with Mormonism. And Mormonism is very strict. I consider it a cult personally. Uh, I consider most organized religion a cult. Um, and it was very restrictive. Idaho is very conservative. It's just Utah in a different font, and if you know anything about Utah, it's you can feel the oppression as you enter the state. Like you can't get
Yeah,
alcohol past 9 p.m. Um, and the
every
best
day.
every day, and the best thing that Utah has to offer is In and Out. So and
We don't even have that
steak.
here in Indiana, so.
Exactly, and I guess we're getting one in New York soon. I
Oh,
think I could be lying.
In and Out's coming to New York, honey.
In and Out.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea, first of all, that you grew up Mormon and in Idaho. So that is like looking at your social media and just like since we've had our conversations, I never
Mhm.
would have guessed that.
You would not know.
No.
Yeah, I hide it pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of creatives actually from Utah and Idaho that grew up Mormon in New York.
Oh wow.
A lot of people in musical theater,
Mm.
like a lot of people on Broadway grew up Mormon.
Wow.
There's
Who
a
would know?
there's a connection
Um,
there.
I like know about Mormonism, but like not like I haven't really like researched it that much. I think my most knowledge comes from like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes, or what's that? The real like Mormon wives show.
Yes, I didn't really love that one, but
I thought it was boring because they're not real Mormons.
no, but they're just kind of
They're
like
not like opposed to showing their shoulders and their cleavage, and they're talking about hooking up with each
yeah,
other. I was like, you guys aren't real Mormons.
yeah. They're like blackout drunk the first episode. I'm like,
This Yeah, I was like, this is not a Mormon show. There's nothing Mormon about this. If you
yeah,
want real Mormons, we'll talk about how they're not allowed to drink coffee, but they're allowed to drink Monster Energy drinks. They're allowed to, they're allowed to drink a Celsius, but coffee and tea off the table.
yeah.
Okay.
Have you? We'll move on from this quickly, but I just have to ask: have you tried those like dirty soda shops that are like popping up mostly
Oh yeah,
because of
the
like
swig.
yeah,
Yeah, fabulous. I love Sonic, and it's the same exact thing because Sonic is known for their drinks and like it is literally the same thing. It's for the
yep,
people that aren't allowed to drink coffee, so they go and drink soda, which is much worse for you.
yep, literally.
We have this thing. We have this thing. I'm not Mormon anymore, but the Mormons believe in this thing where like you treat your body as a temple. And so the reason that you don't drink coffee and tea is because it's hot, and
Mm.
because it's not necessarily caffeine. Like they mentioned the caffeine, but then we're allowed to drink like soda. Um, but it's specifically because it's hot.
I had no idea.
It's called the word of wisdom. That's what they call it, and it's because it's a hot drink. It makes no sense.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
dumb.
uh, with growing up in Idaho and being Mormon, like, where did makeup come into play?
Oh, so I did theater.
Okay.
This is like so cliche. I did theater. I started theater at like 13 years old in a production of Willy Wonka at a at a theater in Boise, called Boise Little Theater. It was like a little tiny little community theater. It was fabulous. It was so fun. But I got introduced to makeup that way. I got one of those little Ben Nye kits. You know what I'm talking about? Like every
Yes.
makeup artist started with this little Ben Nye kit that came with like a brow pencil, an eyeliner. Bring back
Cream,
brow pencils, like the
creams that you could use for like whatever. Like,
whatever. But I'm not kidding. Bring back those damn Kohl eyebrow pencils.
really.
Yeah, I miss those.
Um, I like went to beauty school briefly, and we got Mayron makeup kits.
You know, I love both. I have ties to both companies. Um, and I have different products from each of them that I really, really, really love. But I didn't get introduced to Mayron until a little bit later,
Really,
like a little bit later down the line. Yeah, and now I've had really amazing opportunities with Mayron. I know the owner. I'm on one of the boxes for their Beetlejuice kit. I did makeup for them at Comic Con, and a few other like cute little body paint things.
hmm.
Um, for them, and they're the sweetest people in the world. They're like they still consider themselves a small brand, which is psychotic to me
Oh
because
my
they're like
god,
100 years old. Um, but they're so sweet. They're so like homegrown, very humble, wonderful, wonderful people.
I love that. Like for anyone that's watching that isn't like familiar with Mayron, it's kind of like a professional grade makeup, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
It's not something you can find at Sephora and Ulta for some weird reason. I feel like it should definitely be in Ulta.
I don't listen. I love Sephora and Ulta. I don't consider them stores for makeup artists. I
Yeah.
think they're stores for consumers. I mean, look
Yes.
at the sheer fact that like you can't find color in Sephora. Like you can maybe find like a blue eyeliner.
Have you? Oh my gosh! I seen someone recently go through all the eyeshadow palettes that Sephora has, and there's
Nico,
no color.
yeah, I think that was Nico Hagson. I think I'm saying their last name right. I could be
Um,
wrong. But Nico's my sister. Um, yeah, we've had a conversation about that before because I watched the same video. Yeah, there's nothing, and there used to be options like Sephora's had like Melt Cosmetics. They had Violet Voss. Was that her name?
hmm. Yes, I remember that those
Like
palettes.
they used to carry the Violet Voss palettes. They used to carry like oh my god, there was one brand that I'm
Oh,
forgetting. Visyard.
oh yes. You know who
Yeah.
else I was just thinking about? OCC Cosmetics. Do you remember them? Yeah.
Don't get me started. I oh okay, so OCC Cosmetics was one of the first brands I ever received a piece of makeup from.
Really.
And one of the first brands I ever bought a piece of makeup from that I ever like I remember because I was just starting out, I was like 14 years old and cuz like yeah, anyway, so 13 got the Ben Nye kit, 14 graduated to OCC. And I had this purple like burgundy lip tar with a burgundy lip pencil. And I would use it all the time. And that's why I think I'm such a good makeup artist now because perfecting a burgundy lip is impossible.
Literally.
It's
Literally.
one of the hardest things you can learn as a makeup artist. I still have a problem with it.
Whenever I'm like on like a freelance job or whatever, and they want like a bold lip, like I can do it, but in my head I'm like, ugh, I wish I could just do a cute pinky nude. That if it looks a little messy, whatever. Like,
Yeah, listen. I used to be like against nudes. I used to be like a reds, purples, like weird colors. Now I'm like, listen, a nude is good for the day.
My favorite thing to tell like my clients is if it fades, it's gonna still look pretty. If it fades,
Exactly.
it's gonna look like your lip still.
If your red fades, you're done.
Exactly. So what brought you to New York City? Was it theater or was it makeup?
It was theater. I never considered makeup as a viable option as a career because I didn't know. Um, I didn't think that there was something that was even an option. Um, because in Idaho, really the only options were like the community theater or like weddings, maybe, but there wasn't much of an industry there, so I didn't have that many people to work off of. I had one makeup artist named Alex Vedder who taught me a lot of what I know and like supplied me with a lot of makeup at the theaters. Um,
So someone
and
that kind of took you like under their wing.
yeah, she trained me a lot at like a very young age. Um, and um, she always taught me that it was like more important to like just get the makeup on quickly and
Like get
worry
the job
about
done.
the small details. Yeah, and honestly, I've taken that through my entire career because people would rather you do their makeup quickly and um, okay than immaculate and slow.
And yeah.
It's
I,
like you're still doing the makeup well, but like those small little details, you got to find the shortcuts. You got to find how, just figure out how to make it a little bit quicker.
I
You know?
completely agree. Yeah. I was gonna ask you, have you ever worked like makeup retail?
Yeah, I mean, I worked in retail for like 5 or 6 years.
Where were you at? If you don't
um.
if you want to say.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I started. So I tried to get a job at Sephora,
Mhm.
and I was rejected over like 30 times. I'm not
Same.
even kidding. There's that many Sephoras in New York, and I applied to that many, and I was rejected. I went through multiple interviews, and I was rejected because they were like, "You don't have enough experience." Because I was like 18 at the time, because I dropped out of college,
Hmm.
um, and so they would not give me a job. But then I went to Seattle because I was booked to design hair and makeup at Village Theater in Seattle, which is a regional theater in Seattle. Fabulous theater. I love them there. They're so sweet. But I hair and makeup designed two of their shows. And while I was out there, I got a job at Sephora. They
Yeah.
hired me after one interview. It was impossible for me to get one in New
In
York,
New York.
but in Seattle, it was easy. I got hired. It was fabulous. And then I transferred back out to New York. And then I did that. And I was at Sephora for about 9 months, and then I transferred to being a sales associate with different brands. I started with Ilia, Too Faced. I worked for Charlotte Tilbury.
Oh, kind of like a freelancer.
Yes, it's like a freelancer. Like, yeah, exactly. But yeah, Charlotte Tilbury, Too Faced, YSL. I worked for YSL for like 4 years. Ilia. I worked for some hair brands, some skincare brands, Dr. Dennis Gross. Um, yeah, I kind of just like was in that world for a while, and that was really nice because it was better than working at Sephora because it just paid better, like significantly. Like
Yeah.
I was,
For
huh?
anyone that doesn't understand what like a freelance position at these companies are, it's like sometimes you'll walk into Sephora and they have Sephora employees,
Mm-hmm.
and specific brands are going to have like employees that maybe are going to be standing like more near that certain brand, and they're definitely going to want to push that brand to you, because they just represent it and that's what they sell, and it can get a little confusing, I think, for customers sometimes.
Oh, 1,000%. Because people thought I was a Sephora employee, and then they'd be like, "Can you do my makeup?" I'm like, "No."
Right, like
No, I can't. Sorry, you have to find a Sephora. Or like, there's just specific things we weren't allowed to do, and
yeah.
I would tell them, "Oh, you have to find a Sephora employee," and they're like, "Who?"
And you would probably travel around to like different stores while you
I
were
was
a
in a different store
freelancer.
like every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, was that easy to navigate, like being a freelance makeup artist? Were you one at the time? Like, were you
I
able to
mean, yeah,
balance?
It was great because I mean, I was pretty clear with a lot of my bosses, which is why I didn't really like I'm still not working with them because I think I ruined those relationships over time. Because I was clear with them, I was like, "Listen, this is not what I want to do."
Yeah,
I was like, "I'm trying to get out of this, and I'm doing this so that I have flexibility for like my real career, which is like my makeup career."
exactly.
And I had very understanding bosses. Some did not like it, but others understood and were very supportive. And I would like call out last minute, and they'd be like, "It's fine,"
Hmm.
or I would lie.
Literally.
Say, I'm sick. I don't want to come in.
And then you're taking like a really big gig that probably moved you to a new opportunity, or
Exactly.
I find it's like I'm still kind of going through that myself. Like I find it so hard to navigate the world when you want to have a creative career but you have to like survive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even in that right now because the summer is so dead for a lot of makeup artists, and especially creative makeup artists. A lot of people like I've lost a lot of jobs because they'll come to my Instagram page and they're like, oh, they only do creative stuff or
Literally.
like drag, and then they will go to someone else that like does like natural beauty, and I'm like, I can do natural beauty.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I just don't post it that often because it just doesn't do well on the Instagram. But
I relate so much to that. Like
it's
seriously as a
obnoxious. Or they like see your Instagram and they see that it's just like you.
exactly.
And
They love to put us in a box.
yeah, yeah,
The world is going to do that to everyone, I feel like. Ugh.
yeah,
I literally had to start a separate Instagram where I just post my work because I feel like people think like you just said, like when they see you be such a bold artist, they think like that's all you're going to provide.
yeah.
And it's just not the case. Like
No,
like no offense, but like I don't even want to take that much time on like some jobs. Like I'm not going to give you a
no.
drag queen beat, like relax. Like that's always
Like I have skin tints in my kit, babe. Like I can spot
that is my
conceal. I
favorite.
worked for Valentino. I worked commercially. I've done everything. Okay, like
That is people's favorite thing to say. I feel like prior to when I'm about to do their makeup is like, well, I want it to be good, but I just don't want to look like a drag queen. And I'm like, I'm not going to take 3 hours to do your makeup anyways for as a good drag queen.
yeah,
Like, ugh.
exactly.
And also I just hate that a drag queen is always used as like a negative. Like,
Like you
I'm
should
sure
be
you've
so
heard it
lucky.
plenty of times.
Exactly. You should be so lucky to get a paint like that.
Literally, literally, and also you just mentioned earlier, like you did a music artist, Chrissy's body makeup, and you were inspired literally from a drag queen.
Yeah.
A fellow drag queen at that, and also so many of our makeup little techniques today that you see makeup artists use, a lot of them come from drag and those be the real transformation looks.
Oh yeah, I mean like 90% of it comes from drag.
Exactly.
Like old school like drag and old school makeup techniques that have been around forever. You know, it just pisses me off that
Same.
people give Kim Kardashian the the
The
credit for
contour,
contouring.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Which, if we want to be technical, that would be Mario.
Not even Mario. It's people have been I would say Kevin Aquan. Kevin
Kevin
Aquan came out
Aquan.
with contour kits before Mario even came on the scene. Okay,
Oh my gosh, Kevin Aquan, love.
love Mario
Yeah,
though. Love him, obsessed. But no, I think yeah, I think people people don't have a big understanding of history or know, and they just see what's right in front of them. But yeah, no, contouring's been around forever.
speaking of drag, like what sparked your interest to get back into it? Because I know you mentioned you're just kind of getting back into it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, where did that come from?
I can't speak. I do drag for fun. And there was just a point I was doing a lot of drag. I was doing like drag like 3 or 4 times a week. And that's a lot on your body. And it's exhausting and it's expensive. Especially in New York where there's 10,000 drag queens and they're all crafty and they're all fighting for attention and they're all fighting to be, the next big thing. They all want to be on Drag Race. And it's also a lot of personalities to deal with. So I took a break because it was a lot of personalities. It was really expensive, And there's a weird thing that happens, like we were talking before, where a lot of people saw me as just a drag queen and not a makeup artist. So I was getting more drag gigs than I was getting makeup. So I was focusing on just makeup for a while. But now that I've like kind of had more success and everything, and like drag is having its moment again, thanks to like Chappell Roan and Gaga, things are so depressing right now. There's a lot happening, and I just needed something that wasn't, I was so focused on like making content and like one upping myself and being creative, but I needed like an outlet to perform. I'm a performer at heart. I performed for years with musical theater. And so I just needed to like jump back into it to like just start having fun again.
I love that drag is kind of uh, the fun creative outlet for you.
Hmm.
And you mentioned like always wanting to up yourself on content creation, creativity. I feel like I definitely go through that as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like I get burnt out really easy. So I'm glad that you have that
Easy.
fun outlet like
Well, because
drag.
social media tells you that you have to like post like 2 to 3 times a day, and it has to be good and it has to be different, and you're not making any money from it, and you're posting, and it's, yeah, you just get into like this little trap, and then you're like, oh, I spent a lot of time on this, and then you get like 100 likes or something.
Literally.
Might be a lot for some people, but a diva that like you, for example, you have like what, 80K on Instagram or something. That is depressing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, even like when I get like 100, 200 likes, and I have 20 like 6,000 followers or something. I'm just like, damn, everyone hates me, but that's not true. It's just Instagram's not pushing it, and then you get
The
in your head,
algorithm.
yeah, or you start like equating the views and the likes with your self worth. And you're
Literally, it's such a I always like to say I feel like we live in the best era for creatives and artists to like
like,
really
huh?
push themselves out there, but in a lot of ways it's kind of not it's kind of the worst because like you just said, sometimes we equate ourselves to our likes and the reactions we get on our work when literally I will find an amazing talented person that only has like 100 followers and they're just not being pushed from the algorithm or from the
Yeah.
social media like it's just such a tricky world
It's
honestly.
tricky. I mean, there's so many incredible artists that have really small followings that deserve a lot more, that are being consistent, that are pushing a lot.
On that topic, like being in New York as a trans makeup artist,
Hmm.
how do you like navigate that world? Like, do you find pushback in New York? Is it like are you there because you feel like it's the most accepting there, or?
It is definitely more accepting than other places, but there can be a lot of work done because, especially in the fashion industry and in commercial industries, a lot of the people with the money are cis people that don't really, they might be accepting of trans people, but they don't understand it.
Mm,
I don't really care to understand it either. Um, it's still a very transphobic industry. I mean, if you even consider that, like up until like maybe 10 years ago, they didn't like James Charles being on like Cover Girl campaign was revolutionary.
mm-hmm.
Now James Charles is dead, but may he rest in peace. But um, it's just crazy. It's that has definitely bled into a lot of it, and now I think with it being more acceptable to hate on trans people and not accept trans people, people are doing it more so, but in a more sneaky way.
Mm-hmm.
As in, like, they'll stop booking you.
Mm-hmm.
Or they've started to be like, don't come dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna misgender you on set. That type of stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
very slowly. Or, oh, you're not passable, so I'm not gonna respect you. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
So it's like maybe not things like in your face that they're doing, but they have like microaggressions and like
Yeah.
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 Do you ever okay, I have interactions with people where after I notice they see my social media, they totally treat me differently.
1000%. I've been on set, like, as the makeup artist or like assisting a different makeup artist. And I have been treated like dirt,
Mhm.
like dirt, and been given dust. and then like say it's like a 2 day shoot, the next day they've looked me up and suddenly they're being so sweet to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't approach anybody like that. Like, I don't approach anybody that I work with like that. I think that is so disingenuous and boring. It's boring behavior. It's loser behavior, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
And it
treat
doesn't feel
everybody.
genuine.
Yeah, yeah, like, and you can feel it because like they just want something from you, or now suddenly they want to be your friend because they think you're important. And that is just so common in this industry, especially with social media and fashion. And, you know, people don't really care unless you have clout.
Literally.
The way that I get treated now because I worked with Chapel Roan once is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like like that is, it gets brought up all the time, um, and it's gotten me into a lot more doors, which I'm very thankful for. But listen, I could have been in those doors before.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been in those doors 2 years ago.
Completely agree.
Yeah,
And yeah, it just sometimes it just takes that one name that some people get to be connected to, and all of a sudden it's just all these doors opening. People finally see you for your creativity. It's just it's
yeah.
a
I mean, I had
it's
Pat
like a
McGrath reaching out to me through email, like they were like, "We saw what you did on Chapel, and we love it." And I'm like, "I've been tagging you for years."
oh my god.
Which, very thankful. Love Pat. She is, the icon, the beauty. I have been obsessed with her since I was a teenager. She's a big reason why I do makeup, but I was like gagged. You
Wait,
know
who
what I
was
mean?
it?
It was Pat. It was like one of Pat's people.
Oh, Pat McGrath.
Yeah. They reached out
How
to
do
me
you
on
feel about
email.
her makeup brand?
Huh?
How do you feel about Pat's makeup brand?
I love Pat's makeup brand. I've been there since like the beginning. I've been a big fan. I had the original three motherships. I still have them. I have every Pat McGrath palette I've ever owned. I will never get rid of them. They're archives. Like, I love Pat. She has paved the way for makeup artists. She is a big inspiration for many. And she uses the inspiration of club kids. She understands that culture. She understands drag. She understands queer people, and she's very supportive of us. Um, and I think her makeup brand has evolved into something a little bit different. I think she's a little bit more commercial now than how she used to be, which I don't blame her for, because it's just a point of survival, having to survive in this really tough world with, you know, so much competition. And
Hmm.
she's still, coming out with some of the best products on the market. I think the motherships are untouchable, personally. Um, um, the only thing that I would say is I would love for her to come out some more color. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I would love for her to come out with a colorful mothership palette, like with
seriously,
blues
not
and
just two
greens.
shades.
Yeah, like I'm done with neutrals.
Yeah.
Okay, I have all of them, and I will buy the next ones. That I will buy. I will buy all of them, but I would love. And she has come up with some colors with some of her like holiday releases, but
Yeah, that's
I
where
want a colorful mothership.
what I'm thinking is I wonder how much hands Sephora has in Pat's brand. I'm
Oh,
wondering if
that's 1,000% why.
so I feel like maybe around holiday they're like, okay, now you can have a little fun. But
Yeah, I mean, even look at because I work very closely with Danessa Myricks, and Danessa's brand. Even like if you go, she has like over like what 62 shades of color picks. If you go in Sephora, you're only gonna really see the nude ones.
yeah, exactly.
Like, you'll see some of the primary ones, but it's mostly nudes. Um, because that's just what Sephora wants to buy, and that's what Sephora wants to push, because that's what does well.
Hmm.
I think that's very sad, but because
Same.
there's a lot of people. I think that eliminates the possibility of people being able to experiment when they want to. I think
Exactly.
that's why a lot of people go to Ulta, because Ulta is a little bit more like you're gonna find more color in Ulta. You know what
They
I
have
mean?
half magic,
They have Magic. They have Juvia's Place. They have
about
um,
face.
About Face. Oh yes, About Faces. They have a lot of those really bright, fun colors. Um, and it's not even Danessa's fault. It's just what Sephora wants.
Yeah, like the consumers.
Yeah, it's just the consumer base. Um, one thing I will say about Danessa, though, is that even if she is only releasing more of the neutral colors, she's releasing very innovative new items on the market that nobody else is doing. And that's
Mm.
because she's a genius with an insanely amazing team behind her. And she was a cosmetic chemist for years before this. So
Okay.
she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. So talented.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that someone from Pat McGrath's team reached out to you after they seen the look you did on Chapel.
Yes.
Was it the tiny desk
Yes.
look?
Yes.
Okay.
Tiny desk look.
Okay, first of all, iconic.
Thank
Like
you.
the absolute like most amazing look on her that caught my eye on her.
Thank
I
you.
I loved the white base. I loved the blue eye.
Thank you.
What
Well,
did you
and here's the thing, that was based off of a Pat McGrath look.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Was
based
it
off
like
of
a fashion
the
show?
Dior Galliano
Okay.
look from 2007.
Yeah.
She sent me this like grainy photo and she was like, "Can you recreate this?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
I absolutely still to this day am obsessed with it.
Thank you.
Was the lipstick on the teeth on purpose? Was there like a vision behind that?
Oh yeah, she. It was actually really funny because I was the doubter because I was as a makeup artist was like, people are gonna think that this was like not on purpose. Like people are
Yeah.
gonna like rake me over the coals for this. And some did. I got like a lot of comments being like, "Oh, her makeup artist isn't looking out for her. She's like blah blah blah." Blah. And I was like, "No, I used Danessa Myricks Color Fix on her teeth so it wouldn't move."
Hmm. It
She
looked
asked for it,
intentional.
huh?
It to me it did look intentional. Like I was obsessed
Thank
right
you.
when I seen it.
Well, originally she wanted this like crying makeup, and I was gonna do like crying black glitter tears with
Mm.
rhinestones and smeared red lipstick, and I was gonna go a lot harder on the band, and then obviously that was all changed a little bit last minute. But um, yeah, she did want it to look kind of like a little bit of like put together but messy at the same time.
This is so random, but I just feel like the teeth area is a place that like I'm starting to see fashion makeup artists definitely start to have more fun with because I know Mayron has those like alcohol based like
Oh yeah,
teeth.
I love doing stuff with the teeth. You can also buy like literal alcohol pellets,
Uh-huh.
like whole like makeup palettes that have alcohol paint that are designed specifically for the teeth.
Oh wow.
So like you can get reds and blues and blacks and all these different colors, and you just wipe off your teeth and dry them and use like a 99% alcohol and paint it on.
I need
You can
that.
customize it. But yeah, even like with the rise of like tooth gems and stuff like that.
Mm,
Like I feel like tooth gems are like the Gen Z answer to like grills.
literally. So after the Tiny Desk concert, have you got to revisit working with Chapel or what does that look like now?
No, she and I, to put it plainly, because a lot of people ask me if I'm going to work with her again. We didn't get along. Um, we did not get along. It wasn't a good experience for me at all. But I learned a lot of lessons.
Mm,
And to put it plainly, I got fired. She didn't like the makeup.
mm,
That's fine.
mhm.
Probably caught her on a day that, probably a bad day, or I don't know. I don't know really what I did. I thought, I was being as professional as I could be, and
Yeah.
um,
Sometimes I feel like clients and the service provider, it's not always going to be like a fit.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
but
that's so normal. That's such an,
yeah,
I was very mad at the time. I was very upset, and I was very unprofessional about it. It was a hard time.
yeah,
I was a big fan of her for a very long time, even before I worked with her, and no, like it was before anybody really knew who she was. I was telling
yeah.
people I was working for her, and people were like, "Who?" And I was like, "You don't understand. She's gonna be big." Um, and then she was.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a big learning experience for me. It was like almost a year and a half ago now. But I'm very grateful for the experience because, I did get the little viral moment with it, and a lot of people got introduced to my work.
Exactly.
And, you know, I, there's not really too much animosity, you know.
Yeah,
It's it would have been nice to keep working and being able to create with her and get my work seen by more people, but you know I'm
totally
glad to have
understand.
that moment.
Um, totally understand. I feel like it, it as a makeup artist and just creative in general, I feel like it's really hard to navigate our industry because I feel like it's very personal, our work to us, more
Oh,
than like
1000%. Well, it was
so
very personal to me because you know she wanted drag. She wanted drag makeup, and I am a drag queen, and I take that very personally. So yeah, yeah, 1000%.
so I can totally
And
understand like
that's the biggest learning lesson is being able to, not take those experiences to heart.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like in the moment you might have felt like whatever, but now I feel like you're looking at it in a more of a positive way, what you got from
yeah,
it, what you learned.
yeah. I mean, in the moment, I was full of rage, but
Yeah.
but when you get fired, like nobody's not mad when they get fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Um so outside of that, what has been some of your like biggest makeup gig to date? Like one that you're like the most happy, proud that you got to be a part of?
There's a few. I was really proud that I got to be a part of Little Uzi's music video and his album cover, which
Mm.
I did not know they were going to be using my makeup for his album cover. Me and my team of 5 people, we had to body paint 30 people. It was an insane, insane time.
I think I
And
was like watching your stories as this was happening back then too.
it was psychotic. It was like I had like 3 days to get everything together. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure it out. And I was in Chicago at the time, and I pulled together a team really last minute. I was one of the best makeup artists in New York City, and Mayron sponsored us.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, I need enough purple paint to cover 30 people. Help! And they did. They sent us a ton of product.
That is
And
so
like
awesome.
we had to get it Ubered from their warehouse. Like that's how nice they were. Like they Ubered it. They sent an Uber.
And what was it? The purple paradise paint?
It was like their liquid paint because we were
Oh,
airbrushing. Um, so I was really proud of that. I was really proud of the chapel thing, obviously. One of my favorite gigs to date because it was just like one of those big surreal TV moments. That it was like one of my first big surreal TV moments was for Gaga and but before that was Doja Cat.
oh wow.
So I got to work under Melina Stern, who is one of the most insane, crazy makeup artists I've ever met in like the best way possible. And not personality, but like their work.
Mm.
Because she's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. She's so chill. She's like this really cute, like covered in tattoos goth girl. Obsessed with her makeup. She's such an inspiration. But I got to work under her and a ton of other makeup artists, and we got to do that red Doja Cat body paint on. I think it was also like 30 dancers. So we
Hmm.
had 2 people each. Each makeup
What
artist. It was 15 makeup artists. Each of us had 2 people, and we had about 4 hours to do it.
what was it for the demons performance?
Yes, it was like Demons, and then she performed Paint the Town Red.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
so
so awesome.
all those demon girls. That was like one of my first big gigs on TV. And I got to work on it with a lot of my close friends, and it was fabulous. And then yeah, the Gaga gig was surreal. Like I could not believe it was happening. I still can't believe I did that. Um, Sarah Tano was the biggest sweetheart, so chill. Like you would not expect someone that like is at that level, and someone that like worked with Gaga, and someone that works at that, yeah, someone that works at the level, would be like the nicest, chillest, like she is through and through a California girl. Like she
You said
was
Sarah Tano?
Sarah Tan. She is so sweet. Like such a fabulous time working with her. It was such a breath of fresh air because she just really trusted us.
I
There
know
wasn't.
she has her hands a lot in House Labs, Sarah.
Yeah, I mean, that's her baby, that's her brand, that's her and Gaga's brand. Um, and House Labs is unbelievable. Their formulas are unlike anything else on the market because you get a lot of those formulas that are clean brands and they can be pretty hit or miss. And every single House Labs product you can tell has gone through rigorous testing and it's been tried on multiple skin tones, it's been tried on multiple skin types. The formulas have been tried and true and tested, and so there's a reason that so many makeup artists believe in the products and use them on all kinds of people and celebrities and, the highest of highs.
I love House Labs. Like, I want to try so much more of the brand. Some
I'm
of my
wearing House Labs
favorites.
right now. This is the House Labs concealer and foundation, and I'm wearing their bronzer and blush.
Oh,
And yeah, yeah.
your complexion looks stunning.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Yeah, look at it up close.
Uh,
It's full
honey, no
coverage.
filter needed.
It's full coverage.
I love that foundation. The concealer I do have on. I need a new shade of the foundation personally. I got one that was way too bronzy. It was the only shade they had left, and I
Yeah.
needed to still try it.
That concealer is unbelievable and life changing. It is. I have never put on a concealer in my life because I think it's because of the arnica in it and the caffeine. It literally like tightens your under eye.
The House Labs one?
Yes.
I love it. So for anyone that hasn't tried that House Labs concealer, it
Hmm.
has the most unique, like, thicker gel texture, but it's a liquid.
There's nothing else like it on the market. That's what's so cool about it is because like it is a thick formula. Don't get me wrong, it's a thick formula, and that scares people,
Yeah.
because they want something thin. But I find a thicker formula always lasts better.
Yes. Like,
1000%. I think those thin, like watery formulas do not last.
no. What are some of like the top products you have in your kit right now that you would love to like shout out, that you
Yes.
just find yourself reaching for a lot?
Okay, so right now I reach for a lot of Blend Bunny eyeshadows
Yes.
and blushes of Unearthly Cosmetics lip liners. They're like
Mm.
$6. They're very easy to apply and they have wonderful, wonderful colors. Um, yeah, and like again, $6. They're fabulous, and a lot of my clients say that like their lips did not move. I've been using Huda powder a lot.
Oh my gosh, favorite.
Huda powder and concealer and House Labs concealer have been like my go-to concealers. I also like this one's controversial
Hmm.
because I know I'm a practicing makeup artist and people want me to use expensive things on them, but I am obsessed with the Maybelline like eraser concealer.
Oh, is that the one with like the little puff on top?
Yes,
Yeah,
which what I do is I rip those off
yeah,
because
and
gross.
and literally it's just like a you turn it and it like kind of just like spits out the concealer like.
Yes, it is one of the best concealers I have used. It does not move. It is so long wear.
Mhm.
Like it's insane. It's
It's
like
been around for years,
it's been around for years, and I used to be one of those people that was like, it's Maybelline, so I'm not gonna use it.
literally.
But I've used it on sets for Valentino. I've used it on sets for like TV and film. It does not go anywhere. It looks amazing on camera, and you can share it out. And it lasts. You don't need to touch
I'm
it up. It dries down. It's fabulous.
immediately picking one up again now. I need to revisit that concealer.
The pink one is like my girl. You need so little of it.
So now we have a word association game. I'm just gonna be saying a few topics, and you can say like 1 to 3 words, just whatever comes to mind when I say these.
Okay.
Labubu.
Fabulous.
Okay.
I love a
Uh,
little
Ethel Kane.
Ethel Kane. Great music. Problematic. um,
Uh,
yeah.
the Clean Girl makeup.
Boring.
2016 makeup.
Drag.
Period. The new era of MAC Cosmetics.
Interesting. Comeback. Yeah.
Boulay Brothers.
Oh. Bad actors. Lovely people.
So recently, Vogue, in their newest issue, they have AI models. Yeah,
Bullshit.
bullshit. Completely agree. Well, Sterling, I just want to say thank you so much. Like, this is honestly the
Woo!
first episode of this, and we're starting off with a bang for sure.
Yes, I'm happy to be your first.
No,
Um,
seriously, thank you.
yeah,
Before we
fine.
go, do you want to shout out any artists, makeup brands, anything that you just really want to bring attention to before we leave?
Yeah, I mean, pay attention to the small indie brands. Pay attention to the black-owned brands. We had that thing with Ami Cole the other day come
Oh my
out. It was
gosh.
so sad because Ami Cole is incredible. Those concealers are some of the best on the market, and there weren't many brands that were just literally catering their products to just deeper skin tones.
Hmm.
And it's really sad that we're not going to get that on the market anymore.
I hope
Um,
I hope the reaction that she got to closing maybe like fueled a fire in her for like future endeavors.
I hope so, but really, it's just more people need to support.
Yeah,
Um,
like not
and
just when it's closing, but like when they have their launches and like the in
yeah,
between time.
when I think also again, like I think even though they don't make tones for lighter complexions, I think they should. I think white makeup artists and other makeup artists that aren't of those complexions should be shouting those brands out and still doing brand reviews on them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Um, I think there can be a little bit more work done. Um, Danessa Myricks, obviously. I want to shout out Blend Bunny, Unearthly. I really love House Labs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sarah Tanos.
One more question before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your dream makeup client, dead or alive?
Ooh, Dead Pete Burns.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
oh, I would have loved to do Pete's makeup. I know he was like notoriously known to be very difficult to work with, but so fabulous. I love Pete Burns. Alive, I would love to work on Dochi. Um, Obviously don't want to step on toes because D paints Dochi, and I have another friend that paints Dochi, and D is amazing. She is
I love that
amazing.
little Louis Vuitton like emblem look.
Who? Okay, and so D did the makeup around that, but Melina Stearns did that.
Okay.
Yeah, Melina. With the Doja Cat, Melina does everything. Um,
Stunning.
she is booked down. That diva is booked. Oh, another person, Cobra. I
Oh,
think
stunning.
or Sasha Colby. I actually, this is funny. I think I annoyed the shit out of both of them. Cause like I'm the diva that was just like DM people, and I've DM'd Sasha Colby like 4 times. Like I would love to paint you, girl, and
Mhm.
she unfollowed me.
Oh
She used to
no.
follow me, and yeah, annoying behavior. Yeah, this was years ago, but and I did the same to Cobra. Cobra used to follow me, and I met her in a Sephora, and I was like, I would love to paint you. And then every time she was in New York, I was like, Hey, girl, I'd love to paint. I wasn't even asking for money. I would just want to paint them for free, just
No,
because.
yeah.
And they both unfollowed me.
Oh,
So
well,
sometimes
that's
it works,
unfortunate.
sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Uh, Very
Love
sad.
both of them, but
Big fan, though.
I would
Big
have loved
fan.
to see you paint them.
Huh?
I would have truly loved to see you paint them. Like it would have made so much sense, truly.
Someday. I mean, that's the thing. I can do the goth shit. I can do the pretty drag shit. I would
Yeah.
paint both of them down. Someday it might happen. We'll see.
Literally. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Um, Once again, thank you so much for being on Artistry Hour. I loved chatting with you.
Yes.
I'll have all of her social media on the screen so you guys can check her out. Support this artist. She's so amazing. Love you. Seriously, thank you for being on.
Yes, of course, Eva.
Thank
I'll talk to
you.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye.